video dedication more so because Damian Lillard is one of my favorite players. Derrick Rose, I have watched you since you banged on the league, and I've watched you through all your injuries. I'm happy that you're back and better than ever, and honestly, I'm just ecstatic about that. Like, you have no idea. So John Wall, also just to you too. Whew, man, that man was a problem in high school. I watched your high school tapes before you came to the league. Me and my boy were like, yo, this man's nasty. You came to the league, you were just as nasty as we remember. So thank you guys for giving us excitement to watch. I thank you guys for everything. I hope you guys do get chips at one point, but I digress. This build is called the scoring machine. Now you're gonna laugh because you're gonna be like, I put in the title all around capability, and realistically this build has all around capability. If you don't understand what I mean by that, you will soon. So I want you to just look and mask at the fact, you know, my man's tatted like an Aztec warrior. Don't laugh about that. I did just drop a video about the two-way 3-level facilitator. Now that build is all around too, but in its own way. And the only reason why I say in its own way is because even though it does get a good amount of defensive badges, and even though it does get a good amount of shooting badges, the playmaking stops at 10 and the finishing itself stops at 9. That all around to me is not as all around as people would want. Now, some people, I know a lot of people are like, well, you know, you want to dunk. Oh yeah, you want to dunk, you want to shoot, you want to be able to do it all, you want to be able to dribble and handle the ball. That build right there, when I did the two-way 3-level facilitator, stopped at a 78 ball handle. That will kind of edge you off to not being able to use and handle the ball as much as you want to. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna show y'all one of the other builds I was just looking at, just because of the fact this is the best, to me, all-around build. It's better than a playmaking shot creator, because with the playmaking shot creator, it just stops you short of being able to ever get athletic dunks. Like, you do get athletic dunks, because I think at 6'5" you get a 70 dunk. But we're like, a 70 dunk, that gets you athletic dunks. So that's it. With this build, once you get to a 97, you can get contact dunks. Actually, 96, you get to contact dunking. Problem is, you got to work for those contact dunks, because if you lose that 96 or that 97, that joint will go away. But let's digress. Let's get into the build, alright? So I want to really actually just let y'all mask in the glory. I'm sorry, I just like the 3 people on this list. If you want to play like them, this build is for you. So we're going to return to the menu. I'll start it all over for you guys, alright? So my two-way 3-level facilitator down there is the one I'm going to use. So this one I'm going to delete, and we're going to go up here to this my build and launcher. I don't like to stack up too many builds. Now, you can make a shooting guard, you might make an offensive threat, you can do the same thing, but I do believe you get best badges, so I went point guard for this one. I said you get the ball, you can handle it anyway, you can handle for days if you want to, so, you know, start off there. I always usually go 23, my man Jordan, my man Brown, you know what I'm saying, but for this build, we're going to go 24. Actually, for my man Rose, for the number 1 Rose right here, we're going to go number 1 now. I'm only going number 1 mainly because of the fact that I don't feel like using the number 2. And also, this build is number 1. Yay. Now, you can look at all the badges, potentials if you want. But between this build, this is what would make the build. You see an 82 dunk. You see the 81 there. You see the 80 there. You see the 82 ball handle. There's so many 80s in that category. Now, you look down here. If you go to the build that I had for the two-way 3-level facilitator, you have a higher lateral quickness, you have a higher perimeter defense, and you have a higher steal, but that's all only by 10. That's not enough for me to automatically say that build itself beats this build out. By ball handling, this build beats that build out. By offense, technically, I will say this build beats that build out, because the shooting is going to be the same, but the driving, layup, and driving dunk are immensely higher. To the point where if you go into the paint and you have all the badges you are actually capable of having, man, no one is stopping you. Alright, so we're just going to start off right there. As I said, oh yeah, if I want to show you, this is the one that you would use for a shot creating playmaker. Then again, you see the 88, you see the 90, the 84, but you look at that driving dunk and you're like, man, I won't be able to dunk it worth for nothing. You do get dunks, but you're not going to be able to dunk on anybody. So why would you not want to dunk on anybody? Come on, guys, this ain't like that. Just 2K. I want to dunk on people. I want to do crazy dunks. I want to do all that. And do we even get to match dunks comparable to the actual slashers? Now, is it really comparable to a slasher? Let me put it this way. Not yet. But being comparable to a slasher is nothing but, getting to 97. So we're gonna show y'all that back. Alright, now I would always say I don't like going small, including I don't like going for strength unless you're going for a bigger build, power forward or something like that. Being honest, even if you go for agility and things like that, I would always say that starting with the speed is just the best way to go. I've seen a 175 slasher. That would tell you right there that strength doesn't technically matter. Now, how he did it is how he did it, but come on, he probably had a 50 strength if he was 175, let's be honest. Now, obviously, you want to build everything up. Everybody laughs at me when I go to standing dunk and they're like, what are you doing? I'm like, well, in all reality, I want to be able to standing dunk. It's the best way, including if you get the ball in the paint and you just so happen to have a contact finisher. Shoot, you might really just go up and yam it on somebody. Yet again. If you want to take off, for this one, I did take off the close shots. I think I brought it to like an 83. It gives you 15 finishing badges. I don't personally see the need in going for 16 finishing badges, but I mean, I'll go for 16 in the case of this video just to see if I can actually do it. Now, of course, I did shooting all the way just to test it. Now you're going to see what I'm saying when I say just to test it, because you get 21 max shooting badges. Drop that down whenever you want. You know what I'm saying? In this case, obviously playmaking, dim it down just enough. You go any lower than that, there you go. You don't really need post moves, and I'll say you don't really need post moves because personally, being in the post gets you into really bad situations. Now, yes, it can get you out of situations. If you do use the post move quicker, you might not even need post moves, but it does give you a speed boost when you get out of the post. That's neither here nor there, depending on who's guarding you and how you want to use it. Now, this is the part that's funny, right? You get 3 defensive badges off of this. Now, you can just go like that and call it a day. You don't have to do all the extra. Me personally, as I said, I always try to go for defensive rebounds. It's the funniest thing ever because you're like, oh, but you're a guard, you're not getting defensive rebounds. You're on the park, you might get some defensive rebounds, seeing things like that. And that's where the argument comes in. If you have extra points, yeah, throw them in defensive rebounding. You know what I'm saying? It would make a difference every now and again. Now, this is where I said you're going to notice that I'm going to take some off. And I'm honestly going to take a lot more off than that because I want 18 shooting badges. The reason why I want 18 shooting badges is mainly because I feel like oh yeah, and I'm also going to, y'all are going to be like, what are you doing? I am personally a fan of, you probably don't need as much of that as you think you do. Now, personally, would I say go that low? No, but I'm just trying something out, as I said, so. With that 42, well, 40, we have 77 here, 75 here, and this is where I said the tweakage is going to happen. You got to tweak. I call it tweaking. I don't care what, I probably have people laughing like, hey, you call it tweaking. I'm like, yeah, it's all fun and games until you realize that's how you get the maximum potential for your build. That's how you build your build to the maximum potential. You can't do anything without tweaking something. So, do I say that I like my build to be unable to do certain things? No. I want him to be able to do everything possible that he can. And that's why I said you gotta tweak. Okay, so this is where it comes in. My 2-way 3-level facilitator gets 9 finishing badges. He gets 18 shooting. He gets 10 playmaking and 14 defensive and rebounding. And I think it's 13 if you go with the one I just made. This guy right here, 15 finishing badges, 18 shooting, 12 playmaking, 9 defensive rebounding. That means if I wanted to, I can go 4 silver, 1 bronze for defense. That's immaculate. Because realistically, you shouldn't even really have to go that far with your defense. It's not saying that you suck if you do. Hey, look, there are builds that are really dominant this year. Playmaking slashers, yet again, one of them. Shout out to the playmaking slashers out there. You are cheap. You are cheap. I refuse to make one because of how cheap it is. But man, I want to just to show people like, yo, that build can get immense. I will actually make a playmaking slasher build. I believe I might have made the video, but I'll highlight more on the video as I do. But the whole point of this really is just for the fact, like, if you're already good at defense, you get better playmaking. You get better finishing. That's way better than, oh, I just need defense. Not to mention, you still get clamps on gold. You can still get intimidator on gold. Those 2 badges on gold leave you to just be like, okay, I can pickpocket. Not to mention, you still have a good steal. You still have the good ability to rebound. And honestly, the rebounding ability is the one that really makes it funny, because I'm like, look, I'm not even going to touch that. But, you know what I'm saying? And that's what makes it more funny. It's like, okay, if I even notch it off, bang. But that is max potential builds. You still can get Hall of Fame badges for your finishing, so your contact finisher and everything else. I'm like, this build is like an all-around menace. And I got this idea from my man Just, who actually built a perfect offensive threat. And I only say perfect because I've seen him do everything. I've seen him dunk on people. I've seen him do all that. And he himself took off certain builds and took off certain badges. So even right now, as much max potential as you would think this really is, if I knock that down to there, I get 10 extra badges, right? Bro that up, bang. That's 17. Realistically, I'm not even gonna lie, I personally like the idea of doing this better, just because it maxes out potential to a whole new degree. Now, when it comes down to bad for this side, you really can't do much. And I mean, you really can't do much. Like, we can try to boost it up past that, but it's not happening. I would say that 45 is about where it's going to go. If you want to throw it in the block, you can. That will spread out your badges perfectly. Now you're at 17, 12. Personally, this is better, because quick draw, bang, Hall of Fame, bang, and all that extra. You still get your Hall of Fame badges or whatever. All around builds, beautiful. So, as I said, for anybody new to 2K, this is, to me, one of the best all around builds you're going to get. You always do have the ones where you go main and you get 30 badges in each. That grind is immense. The time is immense, but you're only going to be good at that one thing. If you want to do that as a support, that's fine. Slashers, hey, y'all slashers out there, finishing, defense, playmaking, that's all you need. You don't even really need shooting. So, it's really, again, how you want to play, but to me, this is my best all-around build that you could possibly make. You get the 9 defense, it's beautiful. So let's keep going. Once you go to 6'5", you'll see what I mean. Like 6'4", 6'4" to me is a good height. It keeps you within a limit where you won't be knocked off for your speed. But I'll tell you now, an 85 speed is not bad. There are going to be builds that are dominant and have faster speeds. Don't worry about it so much, as long as you know, like, you'll still be able to get certain things to help you out. Downhill helps you out when it comes down to a fast break situation and things like that, but you also can still dunk on people like nobody's business, and including when you get their feet set, nobody's business. You get dunk packages and everything, because you're going to be at 83 driving dunk when you're done with this. Alright, now that's 6'5", bad. I always say go low weight, because personally trying to match up with like a slasher and things like that can really tempt you off. Also, when you lower your thing, bang, and they'll see why I did the 77. Because as you get taller, your steals go down. With that block potential, 34, that's fine. You're really not going to try to go for blocks with this build. I wouldn't even recommend it. But yeah, that's it. And 6'6" is just too much of a loss for everything. Perimeter defense and everything else. If you want to, you can. I'm not going to knock you for it. Hey, look, everybody has their way to play. But I personally say, if you really want to go for it, it would be like that. Then bang, and that is why I said all around. Because now as you see it, right? Now as you see it, 90 close shot, 85 driving layup, 83 dunk, freaking standing dunk. He's still able to do standing dunk animations. Now, I laugh about this because you can't get Jordan standing dunk unless you make him 6'6". With that being said, you can only get contact dunks when you hit 99 with this build. But again, you can still do it. Nobody's stopping you, and if you can still break angles with however you're going to do it. But also remember, you take that hit towards ball handle, and now you can't do certain things. Speed boosting, you can only do at 82, I believe. So, when I look at this build, I usually try to go for this 177, because you can still get the 55 strength. It still gives me that little bit of faith that when I go for a post, and when I go for that or this, I still have that ability. Otherwise than that, you get a 75 defensive rebound. Which is good. Started at 69. at 6'3". You get a 75 defensive rebound. That's nice enough where you're going to be rebounding over people. As I said, if you didn't want the non-defensive badges, you could take that, put that in block, and then you can go for chase down artists and whatever else you want. But that would also take a hit towards your badges. So this is where I'm like, you gotta tweak. If you whatever you want, you gotta tweak for. So, but on that note, 6'5", 175, 177, however you want to go. As I said, I like 177. I do that. 3-point shot still label. I'm not gonna increase it because taking that hit towards everything is not worth it. At least for a 2 steal, it's really not worth it. It's like, oh my God, I can defend. No, you can defend regardless. Stay in front of him. You'll notice that you're still going to defend regardless. Now, yet again, badges is on you. Because he gets the slashing ability, you can make him a slasher. I'm not going to say that I personally like to. I like to make him a shot creator. But then that's why I say you end up being a scoring machine. Now, I did technically mess up with tweakage and not make him like I did my other build. But if you want to see how I made my other build, not a problem. We're going to return to the main menu. Alright, so this is my scoring machine right here. Right? Bang. Bang. Alright, now for this build, technically, I made it so that he had 15 finishing, 18 shooting, 12 playmaking, and 9 defensive rebounding. Now, the funny part about that is you lose 1 but gain 2, which means that if you're going to add up all the badge potentials, you get that extra badge potential on top of, you know what I'm saying? But in this case, I went for shooting mainly because of the fact that that extra 1 means that I can get quick draw, which is needed this year. You need quick draw. So if you need quick draw, make sure you add the extra for quick draw. I personally like the comparisons that they gave me for this build, so I would actually run this build over running the build that I showed you guys. But that's why I showed you that build personally, because if you wanted to really just take the post moves, bring them back up to close shot, bang, you're back at being 17 badge potential. But you can't, you really can't, not really you can do about that. I took that off, I think I went all the way down to 60 something? I went down to 67. Then bang. You know what I'm saying? And then realistically, you bring that back up and there you go. But you can't tweak anything else past that. So it's like 17 and you're still going to be hurting somewhere. Me personally, I don't care much for the idea of the cold shot. Yeah, it's cool and yeah, it helps. But if you're driving down layups at 87, you're probably not going to be using close shot. Let's be honest. So that 15, 18, 12, personally me, I do like that. That's 40, that's a 30, 45. You're looking at around 53 badge potential all around. As I said, making your personal person is going to be hard, but if you can find that build, this personally would be the build that I do like. As I said, I still make him 177, still ends up giving me the 55 thing, and then at the end of the day, bang, you do a shot creator, and that will give you the one that I gave you in the beginning, which is the Derrick Rose, Damian Lillard, John Wall. Respect to the Kings. Or some of the Kings. I can't say everybody is, you know what I'm saying? Steph Curry's still there, Russell Westbrook's still there. I am on the way to trying to find that Russell Westbrook build, but until I do, this is the build that I would definitely recommend. Derrick Rose, Damian Lillard, John Wall. If you want to do everything all around, stay tuned. I'll probably make a video showing how this guy plays out in the beginning game, but I am not going to test the build, because testing the build is basically like a lot. How you play with it on that point, it's not the same. If I go to test build, it's going to make my stats how it wants to. I don't like that. I like making my stats the way I want to. But I can always show the beginning product, so I might be making a video on that, or I might have actually already. I'm actually all over the place with all my builds anyway, because I've been making builds for, God knows how long. But that's it. Stay tuned, and I'll let you guys know exactly what they look like, what it is. But this is the scoring machine all around. Call it the Derrick Rose, the John Wall, and Dame Lillard. Alright, so y'all gonna have a good one with this one. If y'all wanna use it, drop a like, subscribe, however you feel. Thank you guys for watching, and yet again, enjoy that boy DZ on one.